Here is the Maybach of minivans, the Pacifica Limited with all-wheel drive. I'll include a link to the Doug Smith Chrysler's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this Pacifica. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 3.6 liter V6 that goes through a 9-speed, fuel economy 17 around town, 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 287 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Not much happening with the hood, but you can see down below with the grille, it's blacked out Chrysler logo, and the nice daytime running lights. Parking sensors up front, and then you got more blacked out trim at the bottom. And all of that blacked out trim is part of the S Appearance package. Tire and wheel setup is 245 by 50 by 20. The wheels are darker in coloration to match the overall theme. We've got blacked out mirror caps. You notice you have keyless entry for the front and for the rear. Taking a look at the side profile, you can see it's got that normal minivan look where it's kind of a little bit of an egg. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the Chrysler logo there on the back. On the front, we've got our lock and unlock. We've got the opening for the hatch, remote start, and then for the sliding doors. 12 volt here in the rear, and then you guys can see the whole strap system. This does have the stow and go, so you can fold the seats flat into this little area right here, or you can have it up and obviously have more storage. I like how the shutting button is kind of inside. It's a little bit weird. Got this LED light bar here in the back with the Chrysler logo in the center. That will cap things off for the exterior of this minivan. This week's giveaway is huge if you are a NASCAR fan. Dream Giveaway is working with the King Richard Petty to offer a fully custom wide-body Hellcat Charger. It produces 885 horsepower. It's got wheels, it's got an exhaust, it's got custom leather seats. It really does have everything. Not only can you win this car, but it will come with $25,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes, and your donation goes to help children's and veterans charities. Use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus entries with any donation, $25 or more. Let's now check out the interior. First things first, you've got stow and go for the second row too, so you'll notice that this seat is invisible because it's in the floor. Now, minivans, you can fit adults in the back comfortably, which is great. We've got a USB port here in the rear, and then you have these seats that are perforated all down the center. You've got nice stitching too. Over in the second row, got good room here too. Little storage pockets, some USBs on the back of the seat. Got my heated seat button here on the side of the door. That's for the window to open it up. Sunshade here in the back. And then finally, climate zone. You can control it from the top on this side. Let's now pop up front. We've got blind spot monitoring. We also have our memory seat function. All the windows are automatic. The mirrors power fold in, and then you got more nice stitching and soft touch on the door panel. Taking a look at the seats, perforated all down the center portion. You've got power adjustments and lumbar support on the side. The passenger seat also has power adjustments and lumbar support. This leads us to the steering wheel, where we've got soft touch all around. It's kind of like a synthetic trim. Radio controls in the back. We've got cruise control here on the front with our adaptive. On the left side, you've got your controls for the center stack, phone controls, voice command controls too. Now the cluster itself is mostly analog. We do have a digital element there in the very center. And so overall you can change what it shows information-wise depending on what you're looking for. This does come with a 360 camera system. Pretty good resolution for the overall setup. And then as for the rest of the screen, we've got heated ventilated seats. You've got dual zone climate with this little shortcut bar here at the bottom. And it's relatively quick to respond, but it does take a second for stuff to load up. There is still some physical controls for the radio, for example, parking sensors, lane departure, auto stop start, and then some climate controls, and then you have a dial shifter for the transmission. USB ports with a little charging pad, cup holders here, and then a little bit more storage with some more charge ports. Soft touch trim here on the side. There's even more nice stitching and everything on the dash. And then up top we do have our controls here for the panoramic sunroof. Lots of glare, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is a limited with the S Appearance package, $57,085. Let's see how this Pacifica performs.
Phone is not connected.
I accidentally pressed a button, but let's set off in the Pacifica Limited all-wheel drive. I guess this isn't technically like because the top line's the pinnacle, hence the name, but this is still a very fancy minivan. It does have double pane windows up front. You know what? People give Stellantis a lot of crap, but that's one thing that they're ahead of the curve on, is more of their cars have double pane windows than any other manufacturer that I've seen so far. Even the luxury brands. And it does make a pretty big difference in terms of the noise insulation with the car. It's a lot quieter when you've got double pane glass versus single pane. Now, yeah, the seats are comfortable. I do like the little armrest too that the seats have. Kind of reminds me of a Range Rover a little bit. I mean, the armrests are a completely different shape and everything, but they do the same thing in the Range Rovers, where they'll have a little armrest. It does kind of push your arm up a little bit, so it's not like the most comfortable position, but it's also not bad at all. Yeah, this interior, like I said, pretty nice materials throughout, and it seems like it's pretty good build quality. And this one thing that's interesting is, because Stellantis has some vehicles that are kind of older with the platform and everything, you have that older build quality that was, we all know it's better, right? Pre-2020 versus post, just seems like the stuff that was engineered earlier just feels tighter, just feels better built overall compared to the new stuff. The new stuff just feels kind of cheap and plasticky. I'll get back to you guys after the light. This is taking longer than I thought. Okay, finally can move. World's longest light. My goodness. Smooth V6 acceleration. And the 9-speed's pretty good. It still confuses me why they use a 9-speed in this and then an 8-speed in every other vehicle, the ZF 8-speed. You'd think they would just standardize it, you know? But... and I think the 9-speed is one that had problems too, if I remember right. So it's like, why put the worst transmission, you know? Why not just do the good one in every single car? Performs well though. So one thing I do like about Chrysler products is they're just so smooth. I think the suspension's comfortable, the interior's quiet, the engine performance is smooth. It's one thing that is pretty lacking in a lot of other manufacturers. Yeah, again, it's not fast. I mean, that was partial throttle, but it's just continuous, smooth power. That's what I want in a minivan. I don't want it to be the fastest thing on the planet because it's just a people mover. But I do want it to be comfortable and quiet. It's a little bit of wind, not a lot. So in conclusion, with the Pacifica Limited, having all-wheel drive is great. Toyota's the only other minivan manufacturer that offers it. Toyota is kind of more limited with powertrain right now because they only offer a hybrid. Now that hybrid for minivan people is darn good because it's economical and reliable. So it's hard to compete with that. But this does have more power, and you get the V6 acceleration, which is going to be smoother than the hybrid. Yeah, you know, the Pacifica, right? Toyota's got the reliability. We got to be honest about that. There's no two ways about it. But Chrysler's got a warranty. You know, are you going to keep your minivan out of warranty? That's one question you should ask. And then this is a nicer car, right? More insulated, more comfortable, just kind of nicer ergonomics in general. So it's kind of like, do you want nicety or reliability? I think most minivan people are probably going to lean towards reliability, but having something that's nice is, well, it's nice, right? I don't know your thoughts on the Pacifica with all-wheel drive, but it's a, thank you, low fuel. It's a solid minivan offering, and I think Chrysler should consider putting one of their more reliable transmissions with this, potentially. Maybe throw a Hemi under the hood while they're at it. You know, they're putting Hemis and everything else. Why not the Pacifica? That could make it more unique.